My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. So, I gotta do it because it came up on my YouTube when I was looking for something else. And 10 months ago, this was a video that was made and released and placed on YouTube. And this is not for children. This is not for the faint of heart. And more importantly, this is not for you Trump supporters who are black people because you're the ones who posted this video and I have to do it. For those who aren't aware of who I am, and what I do, first off, the channel is called Kung Fu Havoc number 2 for a reason. I am supposed to be doing Kung Fu. Sadly, since I had a hip replacement, I haven't been able to get a lot of practice in. But this video is important, and I'm reaching out to young people of color to ask you, especially you young supporters of Trump, WTF is your problem? Okay? So here's the thing. In my other video that has the same title, it's a blooper video, and I mentioned a young kid who did an article of how his parents was Trump supporters and he's black and how he's getting picked on in school. And in my blooper video, I specifically tell him, I know how you feel. I've been picked on, not to the extreme that he's probably been picked on, but I've been picked on pretty much because I'm mixed. So let me point that out to you people who have no idea who the hell I am and what the hell you're watching. My name is James Williams Jr. I am part Cherokee, I am part black, and I am part white. And I have no right to be a racist because I am the 3 primary races that made this country. But I will say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to offend everybody on the planet who is a Trump supporter. And especially you dumb bastards that are black. That's right, I said you dumb bastards that are black. And why did I say that? Because a very beautiful lady insulted the Democratic Party and said that the Democrats have black people in a chokehold out of the slavery fear-mongering and the fact that she's going to follow a devout racist into 2020. So let me explain this to you young black supporters of Trump. I'm going to piss you off and can't none of y'all kick my ass, so I'm not worried about the marks that I'm going to get on this video if you even see it. So let me drop this dime for you. Back in 1993, your gracious leader, aka the red-headed demon troll in charge, who is without a doubt a straight-up fucking racist towards people whose skin tone is brown. He also doesn't really like a lot of white people who support people whose skin tone is brown. So let me point out about a month or so ago when he was talking about the squad with all these brown ladies that are in Congress. But I'm sure you guys aren't taking that into consideration while you're calling all the black Democratic voters punk bitches that are afraid to try something new. First off, I'm nobody's punk bitch. Unless you count this. Because in the Army, I was a bitch a lot. Brave, infantry, tactical, combat hero. Acronym, bitch. Dick. Dedicated infantry combat killer. Fuck sticks. They never told me what the fuck that meant, but we got called that shit a lot. Alright? So, I'll be all that. Because that's neither here or there. What's most importantly is that this young, beautiful black lady is following a racist leadership who has insulted people like Kamala Harris and the other 3 ladies whose names I can't remember, but they all are women of color. And you, being a beautiful young black woman of color, 10 months ago posted this video to say that black people are afraid to try something new. Which is why you and all the Uncle Toms and Uncle Remuses, and yes, that was a racist statement that I just made, are following a devout racist. Oh, you don't think he's a racist. Let me flip that script all the way back to 1993 with they don't look like Indians to me. Because whatever state that was told Mr. Trumpy he can't have a casino, but the Native Americans can. And his exact lines were, while they were having that meeting in Congress or wherever the hell they were, well, they don't like Indians to me. They don't like Indians to me. Well, hell, there actually are some black people who are born with green eyes. But I'm sure you probably think that they don't look like they're black people either because they have green eyes when most natural black people have brown eyes like I do. But I'm not a natural brown person. I'm mixed. I could have had any color eyes that God so chose for me to have. I just got stuck with brown ones. And no, I'm not going to be one of those fancy, I'm going to go get some colored contacts to make me look special. No, because I don't like contacts. I have glasses for a reason. I fear contacts. I've seen people lose contacts. I've seen people have contacts roll back in their eyes and they had to go to the hospital to get that shit out. Thank you, but no thank you. I would probably be better off having a LASIK surgery. But I also have really bad luck, and my eye damage is probably so bad that they probably couldn't fix it anyway. Plus, with my bad luck, they'd probably blind me for life, and then I really would have to be Matt Murdock, and then I'd have to give up driving my stick shift car. But with my glasses, I can still shift. Okay, moving on. Let's go back to when Obama was becoming the president. Let's go back to the Central Park 6, which your black ass is following a guy who said that these innocent black men should be fucking killed. But you don't see him as a racist. We're going to follow this guy to the end of the earth because we're young, we're black, we're proud. We're going to make MAGA great again. And we're following a guy who wanted to see 5 young black guys who supposedly raped a white woman, which they were proved innocent. They did not rape a white woman, to jail. But they didn't just go to jail. He comes up on TV. I think they should be executed. But what if they're innocent? And now, 20 some odd years later, while they're getting their settlement money, I guess the DNA don't lie. And then he tries to backpedal. No, yeah, I probably shouldn't have made that statement that they should have been executed. Yeah, that's all over the news and the internet and all that. You should probably go Google that while you're telling us black people who don't follow Trump that we're a bunch of cowards, punk bitches, and we're afraid of slavery again. Okay? Well, you're young, so you don't know half the racial shit that has been going on in your world. And we're leaving you in charge when we die. So if you're going to knock down Generation X, let me knock you down first. With a right and a left hook from, when the President Obama was going in, Trump was the first one to speak off. Where's his birth certificate? He has a Kenyan father and his mom's white, but does that mean his mom was American because he was born in Hawaii before it was a state, etc., etc.? Which clearly means one thing about Mr. Trump. He's not really aware of how the legal ramifications of what being an American citizen is. Not the kind of Americans that come and immigrate to America, but the kind of Americans who have their birthright. Both of my parents were American because their parents before them were American. Some may have been slaves, and before them, and before them. If you were born, if you read your constitutional rights, if you were born of American citizenship, anywhere in the world, if one of your parents, or if both of your parents are American, guess what, dumbass? You're fucking American. But the red-headed demon seed in charge didn't remember that part of the Constitution, and he's going to try to get Obama to purchase or produce a birth certificate. But Obama's mom was white, and Obama's mama is American. Even though Obama was born in Hawaii, whether it was a state or not, she was still American, which makes him a fucking American. Now, granted, he may have dual citizenship, being that his father was Kenyan. Okay? But you young, dumb black people that are following this man, who is a devout racist, do I need to bring you back around to more Native American shit? Because I'm going to do that right now. Our last president, the non-American citizen that you're following from the argument of make America great again. Our former president, who may change, there will be change, there is change, there's no racism, but he made some horrible decisions too. We're not going to sugarcoat it. No, he sent more people back than anybody, so they say. I'm not defending that. I'm not condoning it. But I'm not congratulating him on it either. But I did vote for Obama twice because I couldn't vote for Hillary. And when it came to Donald Trump and Hillary, I voted for Hillary again. So that's 3 times that I tried to vote for Hillary. 3. I understand that. No. However, that didn't work out, and she's not going to run again. Time's too precious. So we go to Standing Rock. There's a big clusterfuck happening in the Sioux Indian tribe at Standing Rock. This doesn't affect you because you're black. But what you fail to understand is what affects one tribe of people affects all tribal people, regardless of your fucking color. You could be next. But you just don't know that yet while you're blindly filing behind a racist devoted to fucking people over. So the first thing when they was talking to candidate Trump, when the Sioux Nation spoke to him, oh, I don't have any business ties with Standing Rock. I'm not going to touch Standing Rock, blah, blah, blah. Can we all hit those puppy dogs from those puppy chow commercials? Lies, lies, we can't believe a word you say. Yeah, 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 yeah. For those who are young enough or old enough to remember those commercials, and if not, Google it, because that's what everybody's doing anyway. So he told the Standing Rock Sioux tribe that I'm not going to let them come and plow through your shit. I promise. I got no ties with that. No matter what, if I win, don't worry, I'm not going to touch that. So before that interview, Obama signed a decree that no one was going to go through sacred Sioux land. First day in office, the guy you dumb young black people who are following, who's a fucking racist, openly by the way, signed a decree to end the decree of Obama's decree. And Sioux Nation has been fighting ever since. Yeah, it's no longer being covered on the internet. No, it's never really been covered by the real big-time major news for those who still watch TV. But the fact that the president lied to these people, to their face, I am not going to do anything to Standing Rock. Those was his words. I promise that I will not touch Standing Rock. I have no business ties in Standing Rock. And the first damn day in office, our current administration, outwardly a racist, decides that Obama's decree is null and void. My decree is now, you're going to cut your ass clean through Standing Rock. Fuck those Native Americans. We're going to cut through their shit. And yet, you want to post a video about how black people are scared to do something different. So let me drop it to you like this. You're young, you don't understand anything. So I want you to go and Google this movie called White Man's Burden, where what would have happened if white people had discovered America and enslaved white people. I said that wrong. If black people had discovered America and enslaved white people, John Travolta did an awesome job in that movie. Not Sidney Poitier. Harry Belafonte did an awesome job at that movie at portraying what would have happened if shit would have been reversed. And it was blacks who captured whites and made white people into slaves. And it was a really good movie, and it was awesome, and it got slammed really bad reviews and everything, but it made a point that shocked a lot of people. A lot of people really didn't want to talk to John Travolta after that, and Sidney Poitier was probably praised. Excuse me, that's not Sidney Poitier. I meant to say again, Harry Belafonte. Neither one of them look alike. Sidney Poitier is browner than me, and Harry Belafonte is about my color, if not lighter, provided that both of these young men are still alive. The fact of the matter is, you're preaching to young black people to follow a person who does not like you. Are you smoking crack? Are you drinking way too much Jesus juice? Has somebody laced your shit with so much GHB that your brain function is fucked up? Because you're going to sit here and tell young people of color that you should follow a person who is a devout racist on every level. I'm pretty sure Billy Bush does not follow candidate Trump, President Trump anymore, being that Billy Bush, like me, can't get a job now because Trump got him fired by telling him on the bus, on a hot mic, that he grabs women by the pussy. Now, it's kind of fucked up for him to lose his job. Billy Bush didn't say it. Billy Bush didn't grab the goddamn women by the pussy. But President Trump outwardly said before he even got the presidency, I'm rich and famous, I can grab women by the pussy. They blurred that shit out. But I'm pretty sure if you Google it, whatever bus they were on, you can probably get the whole interview. And you're a woman. So what happens? Okay, you got Omarosa who comes out and says that Trump used the N-word. Oh, you didn't hear that, did you? Oh, you're still following this racist jackass. You got your blinders on because you're young and you're black and you're proud and you're stupid as fuck. Now, I normally don't say things like that to people. But when I watched her video about how she condemned black people and saying that we're around the chains of the Democrat because the Republicans are much better and they're promising slavery, or did you all guys forget about Ross Perot? And Living Color did a slit on Ross Perot, and Jim Carrey was doing Ross Perot, and the word slavery was there, and he put all these intelligent words across there, but if you read the bottom, if you went from top to bottom, the word said slavery. So You fail to understand, if you can't pick out a racist when you're following them, you deserve to get what you get. And what I touched on in the other videos, that not only is he not messing with black people, but he's condemning his own people. The Harley Davidson people who had their business going really, really well, and then all of a sudden they couldn't get metal. So they got screwed. And then the soybean farmers and the tariffs that's placed on China, so China placed tariffs on us, and they're getting screwed. But they're getting screwed by the people who they voted in. I'm sure when 2020 comes in and they're like damn near broken in the picket lines because they don't have any food, because they can make the food but they can't sell the food because the places they sell them to have had so many tariffs on them that they can't afford to buy the food from the American companies, and they're deciding, well, fuck it, we'll just grow our own. And we'll see how great again this country is when all the poor people who voted for him to get him in decided, hey, I think we just fucked up. We just got slapped in the face by our own dicks because we decided that our dicks were bigger than yours, and instead of voting a woman in, we didn't want her to have that time of the month. We decided we're going to get this prick who grabs women by the pussy, and you're going to follow him blindly, and you're a girl at that. When Omarosa is one of the most decorated black women for black power and stuff, and she leaves the White House saying that, I got a book deal. Donald Trump called somebody a nigger. Somebody else in the White House threatened me in behalf of Donald Trump. And this young woman on this video wants to tell me that I should be following Donald Trump because us Generation Xers are too scared to do something new. Well, when something new gets your fucking head cut off, you're going to learn just like the first people who bungee jump without those Reebok pumps. Yeah, you should Google that. And Reebok and Nike had a fun time making those bungee jumping commercials where he's like, hey, you gonna bungee jump in those? Yeah, man, we're good. These things are on extra tight. And the guy's like, wait a minute. Got him all strapped in. And he takes his shoes up and starts pumping the pumps. And then they leap off. They skydive. It's looking awesome. And then you see the Nikes come back up without the guy wearing the shoe. With the guy in the Reebok pumps. He's back. Dangling. Don't know what happened to his friend. And I'm pretty sure that Nike got a good laugh off of it. Reebok definitely got a good laugh off of it because they both made money off the shit. But the thing about that is, that's you. I'm wearing the Reebok pumps. Not really, because Nike's on my feet right now. But you're wearing the off-brand Bobos. They cost $1.99. And they make your feet feel fine, by the way. And you're going to jump off that bungee cord, and there's going to be no water down there. There's going to be either a pool of sharks or a head full of rocks. And you're going to worry about us, who are so afraid that we're going to wind up back in slavery. But if you keep following him blindly, you're going to be a slave and not know it. And that's the worst kind of slave that ever is. The slave that doesn't know that they're a slave. Here's the thing. In America, you never stop being a slave. You just don't know that you never stop being a slave. You're a slave to economy. Because in order to live, unless you were born rich or born with a silver spoon in your mouth or up your ass have to work. You gotta buy toilet paper so that you can wipe your ass. You gotta buy soap when you pay that water bill so that you can wash your ass. Plus you need that water so you can cook your cream of wheat and eat. You have to have supplies to live. And to get supplies are not cheap. You have to pay for that shit. Nothing is given to you in this world. If that was the case, my acting career would have taken off a long time ago. So, while you're following our illustrious leader into the next phase of, oh my God, what the fuck just happened, you kind of deserve what you're going to get. I got a kid that I read about who says his parents have gotten him picked on because he's black. And his parents are black. And they support Trump. And they drag this kid everywhere. Him and his little sister. She's in a Sailor Scout uniform from hell. She's looking like Sailor Moon on steroids. And he's in a Boy Scout uniform from hell. And he goes home and he cries that he doesn't want to have nothing to do with Trump. because all of his friends, black and white alike, do not like Trump, and they're picking on this kid day after day after day, and his parents are always dragging him to these goddamn Trump rallies. Day after day, rally after rally, and he has to come back home and go to school. His parents aren't in his classroom while kids are picking on him left and right. His sister's really young, so she's not really emotionally attached to her feelings yet. But she doesn't understand why these kids are picking on them, and especially black kids, because black kids are really cruel to other black kids. And I know this because I've gone through this as a child myself. I'm going to make a second video.